response. Excerpts of the statement also mentioned that in line with some reforms that we put in place, the ministry is implementing additional measures, including the improved registration and licensing of fishing canoes, introduction of GPS tracking and long-range communication system for artisanal vessel, and the rollout of insurance and pension scheme for fishermen. Government is also enhancing naval patrol capacity to strengthen surveillance, deterrence, and also rapid response at sea. Because if all these things are done, it helps the fishermen to go about their day-to-day activities freely, and we can also enjoy the fish. Mind you, the fish that you are enjoying in your home, in the restaurant, at your workplace, in school, is brought on land by someone. And that individual is the fisherman whose life must be protected when they go on fishing expeditions. So I like this action from the government and also from the ministry. We'll be following up keenly what exactly will be done tomorrow, the distribution of the outboard motors, so we can get the fisher folk back on track and they can go back to work. Chris, that's a very exciting news.
Yes, very, very exciting, and I pray that, you know, the fisher folks get the needed help that they deserve, because it is a very traumatic experience, very, very traumatic experience that will lead someone to say, you know what, I don't want to do it again. I don't want to be there again. But yeah, so this is what we have for our communities. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we will be getting into our first heritage series.
Ago. Ago.
All right, welcome back. Like I told you, it's time for us to get into our first Heritage on Earth series, which is going to be on radio and on TV. It has already started on radio, and now we're getting into that of TV. So like I said this morning, it's all about roots and rhythms. And Frema Edunyami is going to be speaking to Dr. Benjamin Amache Boateng as he takes us through traditional music forms across ethnic groups, instruments, cultural meanings behind rhythms, live traditional music performances. Ladies and gentlemen, let's enjoy, and we'll be back.
Ago.
Ghanaian music is the heartbeat of our culture, from the traditional rhythms to high life to hip life to contemporary Afrobeat. Music has really shaped or has really helped us preserve who we are in terms of our history. And this week we are looking at the influence of music in our everyday lives as individuals and as a nation, where we have come from traditionally, where we are, and where we are heading to with our music. This is the sound of our identity. We are still in our Heritage Month, and this week we are exploring our music. My guest is seated. When we come back from this break, I will introduce him and we'll have the conversation going on. I'm Frema Edunyami. You are welcome.
Ago.
back. This is the sound of our identity. My guest to help me, so we are going back to explore our roots and our rhythms. We are looking at the various traditional music forms across Ghana. And I am privileged, to have the head of department himself of the music department, School of Performing Arts, University of Ghana. Now I feel I'm back home. Dr. Amakye Boateng is here to do that. Doc, you are welcome.
Thank you so much.
I should be coming back to school, eh?
Yeah. We have more spaces for you. Plenty courses for you to explore.
I hear. I will come.
Yeah.
But today we are looking at our traditional music. We are looking at, in fact, we are trying to connect to our roots and our rhythms. So we start with our traditional dance forms. I mean, do we know how many traditional music forms we have in Ghana? Or if we can't say all, maybe the very popular ones we have.
Yeah, there are several musical forms that are identical with Ghanaians.
Okay.
You see, every tribe in Ghana has something that identifies them in terms of music, in terms of dance. When you look at even the various regions that we have in Ghana, currently we have about 16 regions.
Yeah.
Every region has something that identifies them in terms of music, in terms of drumming, in terms of dance. The very popular ones, as you rightly said, could be the Kpalogo that we know. We know that that's in Greater Accra. We have Kolomashi, we have Kpalogo, and then we have Agbe. Agbe is one of the unknown musical type from the Ghana, because this is a special group that are also Ghana that are not really
How is their song like?
known. It sounds Yoruba.
Okay.
But
can you give us an example?
yeah, I can give you
sure.
several examples. These people came to Ghana about 200 years ago.
Okay.
And they were the descendants of ex-slaves. And when on their way coming to Ghana, they passed through Nigeria and brought this particular musical type, which has been something that has identified them over the years. And the song is, the singing is in Yoruba, but the rhythms are... Yes, I'll sing one for you. They have one that is called Iyalode, Iyalode Kowanjo, Iyalode, Iyalode Kowanjo, Iyalode, which whenever you hear this song, you are calling prominent women to come into the arena to dance. So men don't dance to this song. They have songs for men. They have songs, I mean, the kind of songs they sing speaks to a lot of social issues and all that. So this is also one aspect that is not really explored in our country.
Is Gao a traditional
Gaon
music?
is traditional from the Volta region.
Oh, from Volta.
From the Volta region, yes.
Okay, so that's why.
Yes.
Okay.
It's from Volta region,
right.
And then as part of the Volta region traditions, we have also Bobobo.
Right.
We also have the popular Agbaja. We have Achi Agbeko and all these speak to the history of the tribe, of the region. That is why every region has something that really identifies them.
So what does Achagbeko say? What are they saying?
It's a warrior, something about war. You know, the elders have history in war. When they were leaving their former abode, Noche and all, they had to go through war. And so the drum patterns that you hear them playing, they are all coded languages. Yes. Very good. That's the bell pattern for them. But the master drummer himself, all those things are coded. So if you are not part of their, if you don't understand it, and they use it to speak to themselves, communicate to themselves, so that the enemies may not know what they are talking about. And so when you hear them talking, there are some of the rhythms which says turn around. Some of them says they should stand attention. They understand all these things. Set your gun, get ready with your gun and all those. So if you are not part of them, you will not understand those patterns that they are playing. But they speak to each other when they
Let's move to the Akan areas to also look at their traditional music forms.
Yeah, so for the Akan, we can readily talk about Adowa, we can talk about Kete, These are all royal dances. We could
Right.
talk about Sichi, which is a song which talks about courting. When
Right, like social
dances.
yeah.
When a man wants to
Woo a
a woman, they play some of this Sichi music. And so almost all the rhythms they play, they understand what they are playing. So those of us who sit behind, we just see them as entertainment, but they know what
they are
they
saying to each
are
other.
saying. For instance, like the Adowa dance, for instance, when you hear some of the rhythms like ba-bam bam, ba-da-dum, ajimai, or dam-pim.
Oh, wow.
In those days, they had a king called Ajimai, and you know, Adowa was formerly played during funerals, royal funerals.
Yeah.
And so when they are playing those rhythms, they are telling you that the king has been laid in state. And so those who understand know what it means and they know how to behave.
Right, interesting. But the Fanti lands, the Fanti areas, what would be their traditional
Yeah, we
music?
have the Apatampa for, yeah, I mean, you were at the school of performing arts, so you have all the skills in
No,
dance.
but my
So-
lecturer is here, so I have to behave.
Yes, so there is Apatampa also. You remember this song? Kwantinti aware minko, kwantinti aware minko. Yeah, so they use it to also the youth use it to defend themselves. For instance, they've asked you to go far away to go and marry. You don't know what's going to happen.
Disco to Damongo.
Yeah, you don't.
It's far.
You don't know what is going to happen.
Yeah.
So some of these songs speaks for whoever is dancing, whoever is playing. And so it is very important that the listeners or the observers should understand some of these things.
Let's move up north because they have a unique culture.
Yes.
You know, I particularly really love northern culture
Yes.
because it's very different from what we are
Yes,
used to.
yes, yes.
So when you move up north, what are some of the traditional music you are likely to find?
Yeah, when you move up north, you have Damba up there, you have Takai,
Yeah.
and then there are others that is only women who Bamaya,
Okay.
all of them are part.
But Bawa is for
Bawa is also up
north.
from
Right.
the
Okay.
northern side. And in Bolga we have some that we will have the pony dance. I don't know if
Okay.
you've heard of it.
No.
It's for women. It's only women who take part in
the one
that.
they've been shaking their
Yes, and it's very
with-
energetic.
Yes, yes.
Hand claps and some stamping of
Of
foot,
feet,
and they
yeah.
stamp the foot according to the way they clap their hands, and the women communicate with all these things. This we traveled there some time ago to interview them and realized that they formed those groups to empower the women.
Okay.
And so for economic gains and all. So you know that place is more of very hard in terms of farming, rain and all those things.
Right.
It's very rare there. And so before they do this raining, before they go into farming or during the dry season, they try to empower themselves, do some susu here and there, and they use this musical type to gather the women and empower them. They advise them in terms of marriage and all. So you have that pony dance also up there. You have Bamaya, you have Damba, you have Takai, all of them from the northern region.
My favorite, northern music or dance would be Bamaya.
Yeah.
Because I think it's very gracious,
Yes,
you know.
very.
Because a lot of the northern dancers are very, very energetic. You
Yeah.
really have to find the energy. But Bamaya is very gracious,
Yes,
you know,
yes,
and the
yes.
music is nice.
Very good.
Bamaya, Bamaya,
Oh, you are all form.
You know, so that's quite interesting. So if I understand you well, it means that all these rhythms have messages that they are communicating
They
to
have messages.
the people.
Yes.
Right. So Adowa originally was for the royals or the prominent chiefs who
Yes.
died, and at their funerals they perform Adowa. What about Kiti?
Kete is also a royal dance.
But is it also for funeral?
Formerly it was all meant for the funeral
Right.
settings, but now because of urbanization and all, most of these patterns or this music that was originally for the king's court have now been brought outside for everybody's consumption,
entertain, yeah,
which Well, for like the School of Performing Arts, for instance, we are not a King's Court, but we have to train people in some of these musical types so that when they go back, they will be able to perform them. But they are not performed really in contest, but contextually they were meant for the King's Court.
And we also see that when it comes to traditional music, the musical instruments play very, very defined roles, you know. So when you talk of the fonton frums, when you talk of the tumpan, even with the kete drums, you know, so a lot of people see the kete drum as the red and black drum. We don't even know what it is for. So let's go through some of these. The bell, you know, the bell is very, very key when it comes to traditional music, right? What's the relevance of the bell?
So the bell helps in keeping the timing of the performance. The dancer listens to the bell, the master drummer is listening to the bell, so that, you know, African music is synonymous to improvisation.
Yeah.
Sometimes the master drummer can go off, but because of the bell, he's able to come back in rhythm. And so the main role of the bell is, aside its sonority and all those rhythms, it's able to guide the master drummer, all other supporting drummers, to align with the music. When you listen to Adua bell, for instance, it tan 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 king 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 king. You see, there's a strong beat on the last beat.
Yes.
King 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 king. But when you come to Agbaja, the strong beat is on the first.
Okay.
King 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 kang 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 kang. So that's a difference. So you see that the drummer, the dancer is listening to that beat so that he can stand on the strong beat.
Right. Okay.
So you hear king 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 king, he steps on it. You cannot dance and stand on the first beat. You will go off. So the bell is very important. It guides both drummers, it guides the dancers as well, and the singers as well. So that's why it's very important to have a bell pattern running through your traditional performance.
Right. So we'll just pause here and take a break. When we come back, I want us to look at unique musical instruments, you know, that are unique to specific ethnic groups and specific areas. So this is the sound of our identity. Interesting conversation. So when you meet an ensemble, at least you can now appreciate, you know, the story behind whatever it is you are watching or you are hearing. So the sound or the meanings behind the rhythms. You will also now understand and appreciate what roles the various instruments are playing. I have here with me Dr. B.B. Amakye, and this is the sound of our identity. We'll be right back.
Ago.
Welcome back. This is the sound of our identity. We are looking at our various traditional dance forms. Before we went on break, we were talking about the musical instruments. We just discussed the bell. Doc, you realize that when you come to the northern parts of Ghana, you find musical instruments, you know, like their drums are different. You find the dono. When you come to the Akan areas, you find the tumpan, you find the fonton from. You have these. Let's talk about some of these things. What's the relevance of the fonton from? We have a huge one behind you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it stands for royalty. If you go to the Akuapem range, also they also have the fonton from. Fonton from. You know how big the instrument is, so it symbolizes royalty, bigness, and even when you hear the sound, it's like bass. And when they are playing in an ensemble, you realize they don't play throughout.
No.
Just as kings.
They hit at some point.
Kings just speak once and then they leave. It's only the supporting drums that are noisy. Talking, then the king comes in. So wherever you see fonton from, you should start thinking about what happens in the king's court. Ashanti use it, the ekwapims also. So it's an akan kind of thing. And today I just witnessed one, the obonu. The Ghans also have obonu,
Okay.
and they use this big, I don't know whether they call it fontron from,
but a drum like
yes,
fonton
very
from.
very big, and it was behaving just as the fonton from does.
So the fonton from same as talking drum?
No,
which
it's
one
not
is
the
talking
same.
drum?
Talking drum is smaller than the fonton from.
Okay,
But that one talks.
right.
Most of it's high and low, and so it has a lot. Like the first example I gave you about Ajimai or
Yes.
Dampum, you see, it has
Yeah.
bam bam bam. It has a low sound. It has a high pitched sound. So there's a way you play it, and then it's able to communicate.
So we have Ghana, Muntie,
Yes.
Kunkodon,
Yes.
right?
So you can play that on the fonton from pam 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 because of the high and low
On the talking drum.
on the talking
Right.
drum.
What's
yes.
the local name for the talking drum?
Etumpai.
Yes, okay, so
Yes.
it's Etumpai. I wanted to
Yes, it's
say,
Etumpai
yeah.
is the local name for the.
But let's look at some of the, even in Greater Accra,
Yes.
they have the, when they sit, that box that have the, metals in
Yes,
front of
yes,
it to, how do you call that?
They have the kulumashi.
Yes, okay.
The kulumashi. They have the djembe. Djembe is a foreign
Yes.
drum
we've imported
from Sierra Leone.
djembe, yes.
But when during Palogo performances, they try to put in some djembe because of the way it's also being. Palogo is a recent dance.
Really?
Yes, it's not as old as all. So it's a recent recreational dance that the
Right.
Ghana youth use to speak for themselves. So whenever you hear them playing the Palogo dance, it has a lot of coded meanings in, and so you have the adaka.
Yeah.
It looks like a box.
Yes, like a box, yeah.
Yes. And so that's the Kulumashi drum.
Drum,
And then
okay.
they have this other small, we call Palogo drums. And it comes in an ensemble. Well, if you look at all the musical types, they all come in ensembles,
Yeah.
which signify what happens even in our societies. In a society, there's a chief, there are queens,
Yeah.
there are the subordinates and all. So the drum ensemble tries to represent
The community.
community.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's how come we have the very small ones.
Very
we
small
have,
one,
Okay,
exactly.
Okay,
so
okay.
it's a representation of the community in performance. That is why the bigger drums, they don't speak regularly.
Yeah.
They just come in once and then they keep quiet.
Right.
Then you realize the bell pattern is always
Yeah.
speaking.
Yeah.
And that's what happens in our society or in our communities. So when you see something like that, it is depicting what really happens in terms of,
Wow. We go up north and we have the, for instance, the dambat drums and the big ones. They even sound different,
Yes,
you know.
yes,
And
yes.
you have the dono and what are those drums too and what are they
Yeah, you see,
communicating?
the bigger ones are called the brekete
Okay.
drums.
Okay,
Yes,
the round,
Round one, cylindrical in shape.
you can play back and
Both sides are double-headed
yeah.
drums. Yes, so and with some rope or thread
to hang.
around it.
Yes. And
One to
it.
hang and one on the head.
Yes.
And they all make some sound. They are all coded whenever they are playing.
Right.
So because of the coding, when the drummer plays a certain pattern, the dancer knows what he is playing and is able to respond with appropriate moves.
Right.
Otherwise, you will not be able to dance appropriately. Yeah, so there's the brekete drums, and then there's the dono, which usually is the ensemble.
Right.
Yes, we were talking about drums, but you see, they
Yes.
have these flutes as well.
Yes,
The we have flute where it plays just 2 notes or 3 notes. And usually,
so the atenteben is there.
the atenteben usually
yeah.
is from the southern
Part.
part, like the Akan part. So over there we have the rear, and they usually play it in an ensemble.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Something like that, yeah.
And then what happens is that you have to play a combination before you can get a certain melody. So when this man contributes this note, another person contributes this note, and then you can get
Yeah.
some notes. Like the Ashantis also, the
Yeah.
Mensong, there are 7 horns.
Right, yeah.
And each horn has a certain note that it plays.
Yes.
So it depends on what they are playing. So one place they play alternatively to
Yeah.
to send a certain
Yeah.
message.
You know, there's one that plays like the bass,
Mhm.
you know, that, oh,
Yeah.
and that doesn't also play frequently at all,
Yes.
you know, once it
Most
comes
most
through.
of the big instruments don't they don't rush when they are in performance.
Yeah.
They just give it one to signify how the king or the chief behaves in the society.
Doc, before I let you go, how relevant, you know, are the live traditional performance, music performances today?
They are because if we don't take care, we are losing it. If we don't take care, we are losing it. Now, most of the young ones don't even know what
Yeah.
what their traditional music is.
Yeah.
And if we don't
They know
intensify-
Afrobeat
they
and
know
hip
Afrobeat,
life, yeah.
Amapiano, and
Yeah.
all. When you put music down, right? When you put music in the radio or something, and it's something traditional, they tell you are a kick. But they don't know that that is what defines them as a people.
Exactly.
They are not aware. It is not the foreign ones, the Amapiano and
No.
things that define.
Amapiano doesn't know you.
Yes, exactly. And so I think it is so relevant that we intensify
Right.
traditional performances in our societies. Anywhere we will get a chance, we need to intensify its performances. We are doing our best at the School of Performance.
And you are doing very, very
Yes,
well.
thank
you are
you
doing
so
very,
much.
very well.
Ago.
You know, Doc, so you've been telling us, you know, the role of the bell, some of how the rhythm goes. I think you should demonstrate it to us.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe the bell, maybe the adowa. Should I also get up?
Yes,
okay.
yes.
So maybe the adowa, the agbaja, and the other ones, anyone that will come to
Okay,
mind.
so as I was saying, the bell guides the drama,
Yeah.
the master drama, and the dancer. And for the dancer, you need where the strong beat is so that you can
Right.
do the other encomiums. So, for instance, the Adowa bell I was talking about has the strong beat at the last end. So you have king, 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 king. So
Okay.
you realize that they stand on it, king, 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 king.
And you
king,
realize the adowa,
king, king,
it
king,
ends on the right foot,
yes,
right?
Yes, yes. So that's what gives you the strong
King,
beat.
king,
King, king, king, king, king, king, king, king, king. Yes, that's that.
Right.
And so for the Agbaja too, you realize that the beat is on the first one. King, 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 king.
So you realize that the agbaja bell doesn't break.
No.
So
It's a cycle.
It's a cycle.
Yes.
But adowa breaks.
Yes.
Adowa is king, 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 king,
king.
and then agbaja goes king, 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 king.
king, king, king. That's where it ends.
Right.
King, 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 king. But it runs in a cycle, so
Okay.
you don't even know where
Where
it
it's
starts or
ending,
not. But when
right.
you perceive it, then you know that it starts on the strong
Okay.
beat, the first
so
beat.
the
King, 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 king. Yes, that's it. And for the tabong, they all have
Yes,
something
yes.
similar to the Agbaja.
Okay.
The same king, 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 king. But theirs is king, 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 king.
So that's left.
King, 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 king. King, 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 king. You see?
Interesting.
So
Right.
all those patterns, you need to be able to identify where the strong beat is. Then you can.
Interesting. Doc, I think we can sit now. And you also realize that with some of the, we spoke about the rhythm and what they are communicating.
Okay.
So I'm sure we have, like you mentioned earlier, that the whole Achagbeko's music and the dance is about war.
Yeah.
So what exactly are they saying?
Yeah, so as I said, every pattern they play is communicating to the dancer.
Right.
In those days, they were warriors, not just dancers. So
Yeah.
you'll be hearing things like tro, 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 which means 10. So you see in the Agbeko dance, there is a place where they all 10. And there is one that they have to all stand. And
Okay.
yes, so they are all ever statements that they are making on the drums.
But when you're also observing Bobobo, for instance, it gets to a point you see that everybody is shaking their
Yes.
you know,
they are shaking.
backside.
You
Yeah.
see, because of the way Bobobo is, somewhere in the song, you hear that dag bogboge, it means your mother is coming, or mommy is coming very soon. So if you know when mommy sees you in that, doing that kind of dance, shaking your bonbons for everybody, you may be reprimanded or something.
Right.
So they warn you.
What does Achiagbeko mean?
Achiagbeko.
Yeah.
That's the war. Agbe. Agbe is life in Ewe. And then Ko is the war. So it's like living a life of war.
Right.
Kind of.
Right. Like fighting to survive.
Fighting to
kind
survive,
of.
yes.
Interesting. Achiagbeko. We go to our communities and we hear the music. We know what they are communicating.
That's
When
right.
we see the drums, we know which belongs to where and what they are for. Thank you very much
Thank you
for
so much.
coming.
My pleasure.
Right, so now you know. Visit your roots, go to your hometown, get involved. At least now you have the theory, so go for the practicals. This has been the sound of our identity. Thank you very much. My guest was Dr. Amache Boateng. I'm Frema Edunyame. Thanks for watching.
Ago.
All right, welcome back. And that was a very interesting one, taking us back to history. And we're going to be getting more of that with the Heritage series right here on Channel 1 TV and City 97.3 FM every 9 a.m. And on Channel 1 TV, it's going to be every 10 a.m. So Frema had this sit down with Dr. Benjamin Amache, who's the HOD at the Music Department of the University of Cape Coast. And now it's time for us to get into another conversation. We have some beautiful ladies here, and they're going to tell us why they are here. But I'm just going to give you a little guess or a little tidbit of what's going to be about. Holy Child School 2001 Sapphires. They're here.
Hey.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, ladies.
Hello.
So let me introduce each and every one of them. So we have Nana Sewa Osafo, who's the PR executive of HOPSA 2001, Dr. Hepzit Tego, PR committee chair of the HOPSA 2001, and Barbara Andefoche, who's the project committee chair of the HOPSA 2001. Ladies, you're all looking ravishing.
Oh, thank you.
2001, you don't even look like you just
Ooh,
finished.
thank you. Grace and mercy.
2000, no, you look like you just ended.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like sapphires, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, like sapphire.
That's good, that's good. Anyway, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
So we have the 80th anniversary coming up, and there's going to be a speech and prize giving day as usual, and it's going to be happening on the 7th of March. So now, what are some of the activities planned for this day?
Wow. Okay, so it's going to be a fun-filled week and a very impactful week as well. So the week is starting with our arrival team who are leaving for Cape Coast already tomorrow to set the ground rolling. And then we're going to have our Founders Day, which will fall on Thursday. That's the 5th of March. Founders Day actually marks the day Holy Child was actually founded 80 years ago. So it's going to be a really emotional and passionate day as well. Then the next day, which is the 6th of March, we're going to paint the whole of Cape Coast brown and yellow.
Right.
We have a float that's going to run through the town of Cape Coast, starting from the school and come back up on the hill, and a carnival happening on the hill. A very fun-filled carnival with all the exciting things around carnivals. And then then the next day, we're going to have our awards night and everything for our teachers and non-teaching staff who have been with the school. Then our speech day itself is on Saturday, where we are going to award the students with prizes and all of that. And I think we have the Vice President of Ghana, who is going to be our special guest of honor. She's very, Her Excellency. So she's very passionate about girl power, girl empowerment, and educating the girl child.
Right.
And then we'll crown it all with a Sunday Thanksgiving service.
Right.
Did I leave anything out?
the actual project unveiling,
Yes.
which will be happening.
I wanted to leave that for you guys.
Okay, so the actual.
Okay, so there's a project happening at
Yes.
the same time.
Yes.
So
Yes.
how long did it take you to work on this project?
Hey, wow.
About 6 to 8 months. So we started in June. We cut the sod for it in
Yeah.
June. So it's about 8 months duration.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a water supply project fully powered by solar.
Oh, wow.
So yes, the school doesn't have to incur any additional cost.
Wow.
So what the water supply system is going to do is to generate 20,000 gallons of water daily for the girls. We did this by drilling 4 boreholes. And like I said, it's going to be fully powered by solar. So the boreholes have been mechanized. There are tanks there. The water goes into the tanks, and then it travels up the hill because the system is down the hill. Yes. What happens is that once water is going into the tanks, the girls get to use it. If at any point it lowers in the tanks, automatically it refills.
Yeah. So why did you think of that as a project?
So we went to Holy Child in we left 2001, so do the math. We must have gone in 1998.
99.
99 years. And during that time, and not much has changed, if you know the geography of Cape Coast, because it's up the hill, water supply is a real challenge for most of the people around the part of the country. And so being able to then sink these boreholes and supply water readily coming up to the hill so that it's easy and readily available for the girls to access felt like the right time, especially with the numbers increasing, with the whole SHS system that we have at the moment. And also we wanted to support and keep promoting the girl-child education agenda, and we don't want water supply to be causing sleepless nights, exactly, for the ladies.
Wow.
But we had to wake up super early to descend down the stairs and go queue up to fetch water.
Yeah.
They climb back up the stairs with it 25 years ago, and so I suppose the least we can do is to make sure the
That's very thoughtful.
yes.
Can I just add on? So we are doing a sanitation aspect to it too. We've refurbished a 16-stall WC for the girls in the main bathhouse, and then we've done some also for the kitchen staff. We are doing wash hand stations at vantage points around the school. So wherever you go, I mean, once there's water flowing, it means that anywhere you can practice very good hygiene.
Yeah.
Wash your hands all the time, keep the place clean. Yeah.
Wow, very, very, very thoughtful.
Yeah.
So, now let's go back to school. Let's go back to school.
Back to school.
What were some of your amazing moments in school?
Me.
Just talking about the myths, right?
Yeah, about the myths, yes. When I entered Holy Child completely naive,
Right.
you know, my big cousin was in Holy Child. She said to me, "Oh, you must come here. Holy Child, she said to me, you're going to have lasagna for lunch."
Oh,
And burgers, and we're going to have chicken sandwiches. And I said, "Oh, that sounds nice." So I went to Holy Child.
did you have that?
My first night, I cried. Like when we went to the dining hall, I took a look at the phone. Oh, this is rice, and at the time they called it gasu.
Yes.
Is it? And I said, oh, but this one, this is not what Nana told me. Like, oh, welcome. But right after that, I got right into the mix.
Yeah.
I would say that if I didn't go to Holy Child School, I would not be a happy person.
Wow.
For me, Holy Child made me, and I enjoyed the school so much. I was part of everything possible that went through the school, even the myths that happened, Lady High Heel,
Yeah.
whatnot.
Yeah. Do you know I'm still scared of Lady High Hill?
You know, sometimes I still think about it.
I'm still
but
scared.
Were those things really true? No.
No, but the PTSD gave us.
I know. And we had a lot of monkeys in Holy Child.
yes.
A
Bush
lot.
babies.
And bush babies.
And the vultures.
Yes,
That
the
is
bush
so
babies.
curious.
I never
cry
saw
like
one.
human beings. No,
Yes,
I
I
never
never
saw
saw
one.
one. But there were stories of the bush
I
babies
actually never
would come.
saw one too, but I think I saw it later as I grew up in the
Yes.
documentary.
They look like gremlins, don't they?
Yes.
Look like the gremlins.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So they actually exist.
So,
I thought it
yeah.
was a myth too.
Yeah, so I had a good experience in school. It was very different from home. It was something that it taught me a lot. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I enjoyed Holy
But you
Child.
didn't get your lasagna.
But I'll tell that to my daughter too.
Right.
Oh,
You're gonna
have
get a little lasagna. And then maybe some juice every night.
That too.
All right, so what was your experience?
My
Your
experience.
unforgettable moments?
Oh, a lot. But then I'll say that yes, Holy Child has blessed me with some of the best of sisters, friends, 10 sisters. So that's a plus. Well, should I piggyback on the bush baby thing?
You should.
I think my first night at prep, when I heard the Bush babies. So what came to my head, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, it's like, hey, why is an aborted baby that is
It's crying?
you know, because you hear the ghost stories and all that. I was traumatized. I was like, because it actually sounds like real babies.
Yeah.
So, but yes, it was fun times there in the school, the discipline. Another very good memory I have is of our headmistress at the time, Mrs. Ajima.
Yeah.
There was one time I saw her and I was walking to class. Oh, I was so eager to go and greet her. But I was wearing a cardigan and the buttons were open. So I go there and I say, good afternoon, Mrs. Ajima. Before she responds, she's a young lady. And she takes me and buttons right from top to bottom. Good afternoon.
Oh.
Yes.
I know, right? So like the discipline, just
Ladies
look
of
at
substance.
Yeah.
everything
Yes.
that we owe to Holy Child.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you?
I mean, aside everything that's been said and the, obvious reflection of the ladies that we are today, I pretty much, as most of me have done, matured during our time in Holy Child. You come out being a lot more confident. But memories will be from the dormitories and all the silly things that we used to do, just being in the classrooms, being surrounded with, sisters who are supportive and encouraging of, we're here for a purpose and we have to keep our head down and come out as the holistic young ladies that, as Mrs. Sajima would say. Mrs. Nyako actually let the school pass through you, don't just
Pass through the school.
Right,
So
right.
lots of memories, actually.
Okay. So any final words to people watching about, what's going to be happening?
So for people, if you are in town or if you're in Accra on Saturday and your schedules are not maxed up, please come up the hill. Come on Friday night. Enjoy the carnival with us. And support Holy Child in whichever way, whether in cash or kind or just your presence. And we promise that this is going to be one of the speech days that ends all speech days in Ghana.
Right.
So we're expecting you all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I was going to make you sing, but you say you don't want to sing. Do you have a...
Oh, they can sing.
Oh, you have a video?
They're very
Which
good.
one?
My
There's some of the
voice.
video.
We will have
the
the video
video.
played.
We'll take the video.
Take the video. Okay, so we'll take the video later. All right. So
This video was written by Hobson Abakoman. It was also produced by Hobsons, and Hobsons are the only cast in the entire video.
Wow,
So
interesting.
this is it.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we've been speaking to Nanasewa Osafo, who's the PR executive of Hopstart 2001. I keep saying 2020. We have Dr. Hepsi Tego, PR committee chair, and Barbara Ann Defoche, project committee chair, and it's all about the 80th anniversary and speech and prize giving day scheduled for the 7th of March from 9 a.m. And like she said, join them if you can. Come experience Holy Child with them and come have fun with them. Let's take a quick entertainment news break and then we'll be back.
Hello and welcome to Entertainment Highlight on Breakfast Daily, powered by GhanaWeekend.com. This is presented by Major Jones. Now let's get into our very first highlight. The Heritage Caravan is officially underway for its landmark 10th season, marking a decade of adventure, discovery, and shared memories. Powered by Channel One TV and City FM, this milestone edition has once again brought together more than 200 enthusiastic patrons ready to experience Ghana in a unique and immersive way. For 10 seasons, the Caravan has consistently delivered pure joy and excitement, blending travel, culture, and connection into one unforgettable journey. What began as a tourism initiative has grown into a vibrant annual tradition, uniting people from all walks of life through exploration and shared adventure. Season 10 promises even more memorable moments as caravanites journey across 14 regions, discovering historic landmarks, scenic destinations, and rich cultural expressions. Beyond the sightseeing, it's the laughter on the buses, the new friendships formed, and the collective celebration of Ghana's heritage that truly defines the experience. A decade on the Heritage Caravan continues to set the pace bigger, bolder, and brimming with energy as the celebration officially begins. President John Dramani Mahama has appointed Baba Sadiq Abdullahi Abu as Ghana's High Commissioner Designate to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The appointment follows the recall of Baba Jamal after he decided to contest the Ayawaso East by-election following the death of the Member of Parliament, Nasser Mahama Toure. The appointment was disclosed in a post by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on Sunday, March 1st. Baba Sadiq, the National Democratic Congress parliamentary candidate for Kankwit Central in the 2024 general election, is expected to represent Ghana's interest in Nigeria and work to strengthen diplomatic and economic ties between the two countries. Ghana's rap icon Sarkodie is set to headline Sarkodie and Friends Rapaholic in London on March 6, 2026 at the prestigious Royal Albert Hall. This highly anticipated show, which has officially sold out all 5,272 seats, promises an electrifying night of hits, high-energy performances, and unforgettable moments with friends of the Rapaholic brand. This special edition also coincides with Ghana's independence and a celebration of its rich culture, making it more than just a concert. It's a cultural showcase on a global stage. Fans can look forward to a night that highlights Sarkodie's global influence, the growing reach of Ghanaian music, and the vibrancy of the country's creative industry. Family, friends, colleagues and admirers of Ghana's celebrated high-life icon Ebo Taylor will gather on Saturday, March 14, 2026 in Saltpond to mark his one-week observation. The solemn gathering is expected to bring together members of the music fraternity, cultural stakeholders, traditional leaders, and fans from across the country to honor the life and enduring legacy of the legendary musician. Renowned for his distinctive blend of high-life, Afrobeat and traditional Ghanaian rhythms, Ebo Taylor has played a pivotal role in shaping Ghana's music landscape for decades. His timeless compositions and influence have inspired generations of artists both locally and internationally. The one-week observation ceremony will provide an opportunity for loved ones and well-wishers to pay their respects, share tributes, and celebrate the remarkable contributions of the high-life great. This will be it for entertainment highlight on Breakfast Daily, powered by GhanaWeekend.com. Stay with Ghana Weekend for all the crunchy stories on your favorite celebrity, events, and all things pop culture. Follow us on Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Ghana Weekend TV. My name is Major Jones.
Ago.
That was entertainment highlights there. For all entertainment stories, visit GhanaWeekend.com, and of course, you get what you want in the world of entertainment. For now, though, it's time for us to see and know what is happening in the sports world, and then Yao J. Minta is in studio for us to have a conversation on that. Yao, what's up?
Adio.
I nearly said Yao J. Minta Kando.
Yao Minta Kando.
Anyway, so what's up? What is happening in the world of sports?
Oh yeah. In the world of sports, there's a lot happening. Ideally, we wouldn't be talking about the Black Queens in a very delicate position right now.
Yeah.
But that's what has happened, and we are monitoring proceedings closely. Because they are in Dubai and participating in the Pink Ladies Cup. It's a warm-up tournament for the Women's AFCON.
Okay.
Because the Women's AFCON will take place later in March, later in this month. And the Black Queens made their way to Dubai to participate in the tournament. They played their first game against Hong Kong. They beat Hong Kong by 4-0. And then after that game, then we had some security issues in connection to the U.S.-Israeli strike on Iran and Iran's retaliation to countries in the Gulf region.
Yeah.
So they struck Dubai, they struck Manama, which is in Bahrain.
Abu Dhabi.
They struck Abu Dhabi, the Zayed International Airport. They struck Qatar. Yes, and so we saw the release from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and all that. But the update we've had from the Ghana Football Association and the other ministries, the consulates over there, is that everything is fine, everything is under control, and then they are managing and monitoring the situation. And so, just as you can see on your screen, a delegation from Ghana's consulate in the United Arab Emirates in Dubai visited the Black Queens in camp, and to assure them that yes, they are safe, and then they shouldn't be worried about their safety. And so, yes, we are keeping our fingers crossed and monitoring that particular situation. But it just shows you how everything is connected in the world as things stand, because of globalization. So security issues have happened. It has affected politics, international geopolitics. It is affecting economics. It's affecting economics because the Strait of Hormuz is more or less under blockade. No fly is now no fly zone, and now it's also affecting sports. So it just shows you how everything is pretty much connected. And so we wish the Black Queens well, and we hope and pray that everything goes well for them, and they complete the tournament safely ahead of the Women's AFCON, which take place in Morocco later this month.
But
and
it must be very scary.
Well, I mean,
I've seen videos of some people
going into their bunkers,
narrating how the bomb,
the
sound, and all that.
And for people in those countries like Dubai, Bahrain, United Arab Emirates, because Dubai is part of United Arab Emirates.
So basically, the Middle East.
Not all of it though, but the Gulf areas.
The Gulf areas of the
Qatar,
Middle East,
Bahrain, United Arab Emirates, they are not used to these kind of strikes. Because they are pretty much safe. And so if a lot of people who travel to that region, the Middle East, they tend to want to stay in those countries because
of the safety,
they are not involved in that whole spat between Israel, Iran, Iraq. They are cool. But to have strikes hitting those countries, it has sent the panic level to a high level because they are not used to it. And so if you are not used to it, and all of a sudden, it's just like Ghana.
It's actually very scary because there are a lot of videos that have emerged from online. Thank God for social media. A lot of videos that have emerged of people showing their experiences. It is scary. You are in your house, actually videoing what's happening at the other street, and then it hits your own building. You
see plums of smoke everywhere.
It is scary.
Yeah, it is scary. But like I said, because they are not used to that situation, it makes it worse. Because people in Israel, they are used to this. People in Israel are used to, hearing sirens constantly and having to head over to the bunker because of the state of their security. So they are okay with it. But people in Qatar, people in Bahrain, they are not used to it. So it sent the panic level to a high level. And so it make things quite difficult. But yes, like I said, so we are praying for the best for the Black Queens. And hopefully the tournament ends well and they get back to preparing for the Women's AFCON in Morocco. Now, moving over from the Black Queens to the English Premier League. To the English Premier League. The Blues. Things are not really going well for the Blues. But before we get to the Blues, Man United played before the Blues. Okay. And Man United, yes, their unbeaten streak under Michael Carrick is intact and it has been extended because yesterday they ended up beating Crystal Palace by 2-1. Okay. Benjamin Sesko again scored another goal. He's having an excellent run of form. Bruno Fernandes got a goal and got an assist. Again, another top-level player for Manchester United. And so, yes, that's the wrap on Manchester United. 6 games, they've won 5 and they've drawn 1. Yeah, so things are going well for Man United under Michael Carrick, who is the interim head coach. And so what that means is that once they are winning these games, it brings up more question as to what Man United will do at the end of the season because Michael Carrick is signed till the end of the season as an interim head coach. So we'll wait to see whether they will retain him as the mainstay head coach or they will want to bring in another coach to replace him. I want an upgrade on Michael Carrick. I think he's done a very good job, but I think there are top-level quality options out there. Someone like Xabi Alonso is one I'll advocate for. But enough of Man United. Let's move over to Chelsea. Yeah, the Blues. I know there are a lot of Blues fans in this building, in this studio. And
are they excited with the results?
Yeah, they were excited with the result because yesterday Arsenal beat them.
Yeah.
Arsenal beat them by 2-1. I mean, the London derby. There are a lot of London clubs, but in the EPL. But yeah, this one definitely catches the eye. Chelsea versus Arsenal, and yes, Arsenal ended up beating Chelsea by 2-1. It was a very tough game. It wasn't the most eye-catching, eye-pleasing kind of game because both teams didn't necessarily excel. But at the end of the day, yeah, Arsenal did what was the most important thing, which is to win. And they managed to drag themselves over the line and get those 2 goals to win. Again, set piece. Arsenal have built this reputation of being so good in set pieces when it comes to, for instance, corner kicks, that you know that feeling when you get when your team gets a penalty. You get excited, penalty. Arsenal have built a reputation so good that when they get corner kicks, their fans start getting excited.
It looks like it's a penalty for them.
Yeah, because they are so good in it. Yeah. And this game, the 2 goals that they got, it came from corner kicks. They lead the league by far in execution from corner kicks because they score a lot of goals.
What
from
could be the secret? I know maybe they've trained a lot in that space.
Yeah. They have a set piece coach.
Oh, okay.
They have a set piece coach, Nikola Jova. And these days, that's the trend. Teams are hiring coaches that specialize in set pieces. So set pieces as in free kicks, corner kicks, and even throw-ins. Yes, because a long throw can cause a lot of chaos inside the penalty box.
You can convert
and then you can convert it and score. And so, yes, Arsenal have been doing a great job when it comes to set pieces, when it comes to scoring from corner kicks. And yeah, what that means is that they've beaten Chelsea and they still maintain their lead in the EPL standings. They lead the EPL. They play the game more than Manchester City, and they have 5 points. So even if Manchester City end up winning their outstanding game, they will close down the gap to 2 points, and then they will still have to play each other later in April. So it looks like that could potentially be the decider. More or less, the team that wins that particular matchup is very likely to win the English Premier League title. And so, yeah, that's a wrap on sports for today. And we'll see if Arsenal can win the EPL for the first time in 22 years. They haven't won the EPL since, 2003, 2004, so that 22, 23 years. So we'll see how things go. But yeah, that's a very long time. But Arsenal did a very good job. And yeah, Chelsea, they have red card problems. Again, yesterday, another player got himself sent off. In the previous round, they were leading Burnley.
Is that an issue within the team?
Yeah. They are very indisciplined. When you say it, the Chelsea fans will get upset. But it's true. They are very indisciplined.
The Chelsea fans wouldn't like what they're saying.
But the game they played before this matchup against Arsenal, they were leading Burnley, bottom lowly ranked team. They were leading Burnley, dominating possession. Then Wesley Fofana got himself sent off. He got racially abused for that. That's not cool. And all of a sudden, the momentum turned around, and Burnley got the equalizer in the 94th minute. Chelsea they dropped 2 points. And in this game, Chelsea were in the game. They were doing very well, holding their own against Arsenal. Then Pedro Neto, yes, as you can see on the tree, he got himself sent off. And all of a sudden, Arsenal went on and won the game. So, yeah, indisciplined Chelsea is costing them a lot of points. So
anyway,
that's the wrap of
Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Give us updates from the world of sports. This is how we wrap up today's edition of Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 TV. I am Philip Nilatiba. If you see me out there, you can call for today. You can call me Nana Kwesi Obwadie the second, and I'll respond to you. Piao. Chris.
Anyway, my name is Chris Carter. Thank you so much for joining us today.
You are Nana Ekwia. Osiadeyo.
Osiadeyo.
Yeah, when you see out there, you can give them Piao.
All right. Sure.
Yeah.
I will give them that. But before we go, I would like to say a very big thank you to Tekura Designs
Yeah,
for
Tekura.
putting this set pieces together
very
and,
important.
you know, making us get into our culture,
Traditional.
our tradition and all that. So thank you so much. They are beautiful. You can
Yeah.
go check them out on social media, Tekura Designs, and all over the internet, and you will get the same pieces that you see here. Thank you so much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. See you tomorrow for a brand new episode right here on Channel One TV. Keep watching.
Ago.
Welcome to the